In this video, I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of creating realistic dialogue. Then I'll walk you through some examples of using ChatGPT to create that dialogue. And finally, I'll teach you how to edit and refine AI-generated dialogue to really make it pop, as well as some advanced tips and tricks. Hey, it's Dustin, and I've received some comments on my YouTube videos about writing fiction with ChatGPT that go something along of, but can it do dialogue? Oh, you've got a story with no dialogue. That's going to be really good. So today, we're going to dive into an exciting topic. It's close to the heart of every fiction writer. Writing realistic dialogues. Whether you're an author, a screenwriter, or just passionate about crafting compelling stories, you're in the right place. Yay! Good dialogue can make your characters leap off the page, and poor dialogue can just as easily make them fall flat. That's why mastering the art of dialogue is absolutely critical for any fiction writer. Whether you're struggling with writer's block, looking for inspiration, or simply want to experiment with different styles of dialogue, ChatGPT can help. So grab your notebooks or open up your favorite writing software, and let's delve into the world of realistic dialogue writing with ChatGPT. If you're excited about today's topic, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Now let's get started. So now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the fundamentals of realistic dialogue. Mastering these elements is essential for crafting conversations that not only sound natural, but also enhance your storytelling. So the first thing is natural flow. First and foremost, it's the natural flow of dialogue. In real life, conversations are rarely perfectly structured. They include interruptions, hesitations, and sometimes even unfinished thoughts. Your character's dialogue should mirror this. It makes them more relatable and believable. Let's take a look at an example. Character 1. So I was thinking, Character 2, about that party next Friday? Character 1. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if I should, with everything going on at work. Character 2. I get it, but hey, it's been ages since we all... Character 1. Hung out. Yeah, I'll think about it. Notice how the dialogue feels like a conversation you could overhear in real life. That's natural flow at work. Number 2, character voice consistency. Next up, we're going to talk about character voice consistency. Each character in your story should have a unique way of speaking that reflects their background, personality, and current emotions. This consistency in their voice makes your characters distinct and memorable. For instance, a teenager will speak differently than an elderly professor. So if you're a teenager, you might say something like, "Did you see that episode? It was epic. The graphics, the plot twists, I was on the edge of my seat." Meanwhile, an elderly professor might thoughtfully say something like, "Indeed, the narrative structure of modern television series is quite remarkable. The episodic storytelling bears similarities to Dickens' serialized novels." Consistent voice helps readers hear the character and make your story's world more immersive. Last but not least, we've got context relevance. Dialogue should always serve a purpose, whether it's moving the plot forward, revealing character traits, or building the world your story inhabits. Every line of dialogue should contribute to the large narrative. Here's a dialogue that reveals a key plot point. Character 1. So I heard back from the investigator. The alibi for our suspect doesn't hold up. Character 2. So what does that mean for the case? Character 1. It means we might be looking at the wrong person entirely. This changes everything. Notice how the conversation isn't just filler, but actually adds to the story's progression. That's what we want to go for. When you blend these elements, natural flow, voice consistency, and context relevance, you can create dialogues that don't just sound realistic, but also carry your story forward and deepen the reader's connection with your characters. Remember, realistic dialogue is more than words exchanged. It's an art that gives voice to your fictional world.
Wow.
Now that we've explained the essentials of realistic dialogue, let's put ChatGPT to the test. We'll see how this AI tool can be an invaluable assistant in generating dialogue for your stories. Let's start off with a basic example. Suppose you're writing a story and you need dialogue between two characters who just met at a coffee shop. You can prompt ChatGPT like so. Let me jump over in and we can take a look at it. So you can prompt ChatGPT like this. Write a dialogue between two strangers meeting in a coffee shop where one character is a bit awkward and the other is outgoing. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Character 1 sits down at a table nervously, fidgeting with a coffee sleeve. Character 2 smiles warmly and approaches the table. "Hi there, mind if I join you?" "Oh, sure. No, I don't mind. Please go ahead." "Great, thanks. I'm Sarah, by the way. Nice to meet you." "I'm Jason. Nice to meet you too." "So, Jason, what brings you to this coffee shop today?" "Oh, just needed a place to sit and relax. I come here often, actually." "That's cool. I'm new in town, so I thought I'd give this place a try. Do you have any recommendations for what's good here?" "Well, I usually just get the plain black coffee. It's pretty good, I guess." "Simple and classic, huh? I like that. I think I'll go for that too." Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with that. So you see the kind of style that it's going for here. And now let's look at a different dialogue style. So ChatGPT can adapt to various dialogue styles. Let's say you're writing a historical novel and need a dialogue that fits a Victorian setting. So we'll prompt ChatGPT with something new here. So let's try another prompt here. We'll say, create a dialogue between two Victorian era characters discussing a secret meeting. And ChatGPT is going to adjust its dialogue accordingly. So we've got Lady Charlotte, a wealthy and refined Victorian-era lady known for her social grace and elegance, and Sir Edward, a distinguished gentleman with a reputation for discretion and a keen interest in politics. Sir Edward, I must thank you for joining me here tonight. Your reputation for discretion is unparalleled, and I trust you implicitly. Lady Charlotte, you have my utmost respect and trust as well. Your request for this secret meeting piqued my curiosity. It is of the utmost importance, I assure you. I've learned of a clandestine gathering of influential figures that threatens the very fabric of our society. Pray tell me more, Lady Charlotte. What is the nature of this gathering, and who are these individuals? So you can see how ChatGPT adjusts to that. Now, let's try something even more specific. Imagine you need a tense confrontation between a detective and a suspect in a crime novel. You can ask ChatGPT for that. So we'll start a new message and we'll say, write a tense dialogue between a detective and a suspect, where the suspect is evasive about their whereabouts the night of the crime. Detective, leaning forward sternly. Mr. Anderson, we need to get to the bottom of this. Can you please tell me where you were the night of the crime? Mr. Anderson says, Detective, I told you already. I was at home that night. Detective says, can anyone vouch for your whereabouts? Did you have any visitors? Maybe some security camera footage? Well, you see, I live alone, and my security cameras were acting up that night. They weren't recording everything. That's quite convenient, Mr. Anderson, so you have no proof that you were home. Look, Detective, I swear. I didn't leave my house that night. I was watching TV and had some takeout. Takeout, huh? That's your alibi? What did you order? Chinese food. Yeah, I ordered Chinese food. All right, Mr. Anderson, we'll check your story, but here's the thing. We found your fingerprints at the scene of the crime, and eyewitnesses saw a man matching your description near the area that night. Care to explain that? So you can see how it's like adaptable to different scenarios. And lastly, ChatGPT isn't just limited to everyday scenarios. It can also tackle various genres. If you're writing a science fiction story, you might prompt it with something like a conversation between an alien and a human so that we can explore how characters from different worlds interact. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll say, generate a dialogue between a human and an alien encountering each other for the first time on a space station. Wow, this is incredible. I can't believe we're actually on a space station orbiting Earth. That's a little on the nose, but okay. Alien A. Curious clicking sounds and a gentle pulsating glow from their body. So we're really kind of stretching the limits of what's considered dialogue here, but I like it. Whoa, what's that? Are you seeing this, or am I hallucinating from zero gravity? Alien extends a tentacle-like appendage towards the human, offering a shimmering orb. It's beautiful. What is it? Using a series of rapid color changes on its skin. Greetings, I am Zorlex, a traveler from a distant star system of Zaloria. This is a gift, a token of our meeting. You're from another star system? That's incredible. I'm Sarah, by the way. From Earth. It's truly an honor, Zorlex. So you might have to edit this a bit later on. It's a little iffy compared to the other ones, but you get the gist. Basically, you can see ChatGPT is quite a versatile tool for generating dialogue across a range of styles and scenarios. It can provide you with a starting point, inspire new ideas, or help you to overcome writer's block. The key is how you prompt it. With the right prompts, ChatGPT can become a powerful ally in your dialogue writing process.
Wow! Wow.
While ChatGPT can generate impressive dialogues, the key to making them truly shine lies in editing and refining them. Let's explore how you can take AI-generated dialogues to elevate them perfectly to fit your story. Firstly, personalize the dialogue. AI-generated text can sometimes be somewhat generic. It's your job to infuse it with the character's unique voice and personality. Adjust the language, add idioms or phrases they commonly use, and tweak the sentence structure to match their speaking style. For example, if a character is known for their humor, you might add a witty remark or a playful jab in their lines. Similarly, a more serious character might use more formal language and fewer contractions. Next, ensure the dialogue aligns with the story's context and plot. The AI doesn't know your story to the same depth that you do, so it's crucial that you adjust any elements in the dialogue that might not quite fit the scene setting or the character's current emotional state. For instance, if your scene is tense, you might need to add shorter, more clipped sentences that convey a sense of urgency, or if it's a relaxed setting, longer, meandering speech might be more appropriate. Then there's subtext and depth. So dialogue isn't just about what's said, it's often about what's left unsaid. So adding subtext to the AI-generated lines can help with this. That means giving the characters' lines more hidden meanings or emotions that they carry, which can add depth to the conversation and the characters themselves. For example, a character might say, I'm fine, but through the context of the story, the reader understands that they're far from fine. This layer of complexity is something that you, as the writer, can bestow upon the dialogue. Lastly, remember the importance of human input. AI tools like ChatGPT are powerful, but they lack human experience and emotional depth that you, as the writer, bring to the table. Your insights, experiences, and emotional understanding is what transforms a good dialogue into a great one. Your role as the editor is not just to correct or adjust, but to breathe life into the dialogue, ensuring that it resonates with the reader on a truly human level. Editing and refining AI-generated dialogues can be an incredibly rewarding part of the writing process. It allows you to merge technological efficiency with human creativity, resulting in dialogues that are not only realistic, but also deeply connected with your story's heart and soul. So take these tips and use them to mold the AI's outputs into dialogues that truly belong in your world.
Wow.
Advanced techniques and tips. Now that we've covered the basics of generating and refining dialogues with ChatGPT, let's delve into some advanced techniques and tips that can take your dialogue writing to the next level. ChatGPT can be tailored to produce specific dialogues for specific genres. Whether you're writing an epic fantasy, a hard-boiled detective story, or a romantic comedy, you can craft prompts that guide ChatGPT to generate genre-specific dialogue. For example, for a fantasy novel, you might ask the dialogue that includes archaic language and references fictional world's lore. Conversely, for a sci-fi story, you can prompt dialogues that incorporate futuristic slang and technology terms. ChatGPT can also be a fantastic brainstorming partner. If you're stuck with a particular scene or character development, you can use the AI to explore different dialogue possibilities. This process can provide new perspectives and inspire creative direction you might not have considered. So, for example, ask ChatGPT to generate multiple dialogue options for a critical scene, and then pick the elements that you like from each to create the composite that best fits your story. And while leveraging AI for dialogue writing, it's crucial to also be aware of some common pitfalls. One such pitfall is overly relying on AI, which leads to dialogue that lacks depth or personal touch. Remember, ChatGPT is just a tool, not a replacement for your creative input. Another pitfall is not reviewing AI-generated dialogues for anachronisms or inconsistencies, especially in historical or genre-specific writing. So always make sure that you cross-check and ensure dialogue remains appropriate for the time period or the world that you've created. Balance is key when it comes to using AI, so use ChatGPT as just a starting point or a creative aid, but then let your own understanding of the characters and the story guide the final dialogue. The goal is to enhance your creative process and not completely overshadow it with AI. Integrate AI-generated dialogues carefully, making sure they complement rather than dominate your narrative. This integration allows your story to maintain authenticity and originality. The advanced use of ChatGPT in dialogue writing opens up a world of possibilities. Experiment with different prompts, play with genres, and use the AI to challenge and expand your creative boundaries. Most importantly, have fun with it. After all, the best stories are those told with passion and creativity. So as we wrap up today's journey into the world of writing realistic dialogue with ChatGPT, let's take a minute to kind of reflect on what we've covered. We started by understanding the importance of realistic dialogue and storytelling, setting the foundation for engaging and believable character interactions. Then we explored how ChatGPT can assist in generating dialogue, offering a new dimension to our creative toolkit. We delved into the fundamentals of realistic dialogue, emphasizing natural flow, character voice consistency, and context relevance. These elements are crucial in making your characters' conversations resonate with authenticity. Through practical demonstrations, I showed you how ChatGPT can be prompted to generate dialogues in different styles and scenarios, showcasing how versatile it is. And we also discussed the importance of editing and refining AI-generated dialogues, adding a personal touch to make sure that it aligns with your story and your characters. Finally, we explored advanced techniques and tips, including crafting genre-specific dialogues and using ChatGPT for brainstorming, while being mindful of the balance between AI assistance and keeping your unique creative voice. I encourage you to experiment with ChatGPT in your own dialogue writing. It's a tool that offers both inspiration and efficiency, but remember, it's your creativity and understanding of your characters that will truly bring the dialogues to life, so don't hesitate to blend this technology with your storytelling craft. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more content like this. It's the first time I've done more of like a kind of like a lecture or essay style video, so I'm curious to hear what you think of this as opposed to my less kind of planned videos. I'd love to also hear how ChatGPT has helped you in your own writing journey, so please share any experience in the comments below that you want. And if you have suggestions for future topics or questions about dialogue writing, feel free to drop those in the comments as well. Thanks for joining me today. Keep writing, keep experimenting, keep bringing those incredible stories to life. Until next time, happy writing.